You're not very spooky. I got stuff to do out here and I don't want you hanging around while I'm doing it. Hey Bear, get out of here. Go on. I saw your prints on our window. I know you've been looking in. So this can has hit more than one bear in the butt, trying to chase him off. But he's a little too far away, and I'm not close enough to the door. Come on, Bear, get out of here. Okay, so I don't want to be chucking my smoker wood at him, although I can go pick it up later. Hey Bear, get out of here. Well, yeah, but I'm going to be looking over our shoulder the whole time.
Yes.
Somebody's going to have to be on bear watch.
He's bigger.
I'd approach him a little closer, but I'm wearing Chinese combat boots. I'm not going to be able to run very fast in those. Yeah, well, in fact, I don't have to run very fast. I only have to run faster than you. Okay, let's see, grab one more stick here. Come on, Bear, get out of here. Yeah, he didn't give a shit. Okay, so. Okay, so the first 2 rounds, rubber pellets. After that, no more Mr. Nice Guy. 3-inch shells with double-aught buck. It is Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. We are at DEF CON 1 out here in the pavilion. I've got all the mosquito curtains closed. All the bloodsuckers are out and about, so we're trying to keep those at bay. And then on top of it, we've got a bear hiding behind the shed over here. I was not able to run him off. So hopefully he won't make an appearance anytime soon. I'm pretty sure the mosquito netting won't stop him. Hello barbecue enthusiasts and backyard cooks, as this is not strictly barbecue. Now YouTube is replete with information on this grill, so another video about this cooker is wholly unnecessary. So here's another video about this cooker. If you're watching this video, you know what you're looking at. This is a portable kitchen PK360, so named for the 360 square inches of cooking surface. So I've been wanting to get a charcoal grill for some time now. We've got the gasser over here. We got this as a wedding present 25 years ago. And although I know charcoal is much better to cook on, we had a little magma kettle that mounted to the push pit of a boat we used to have. The burgers and steaks and everything just tasted much better coming off that than the gasser, but we succumbed to the convenience of opening a valve and turning a knob to control the temperature. So, but I'm once again making a foray back into charcoal. I had been looking at a PK grills a couple of years ago. Up to that point, I'd never even heard of them. So it was thanks to online and YouTube stuff that I discovered the PK. I was just about to pull the trigger, and I'd kind of been dragging my feet because those are actually kind of expensive. And then they announced this 360 thing that they were coming out with, so that I put on the brakes to kind of wait and see how reviews on this turned out. But the other thing is, I found myself not doing the kind of cooks that or cooking the things that I like to eat as frequently. smoking and reverse searing steaks, specifically wings, some other odds and ends. So I like doing those on the smoker, but frankly, it can be kind of a pain in the ass to get the, did I just say that? I mean, pain in the posterior to get the smoker fired up and then cleaned up afterwards and everything else. Although generally I'm a proponent of buying more or as much cooker as your budget will allow. I can certainly see the advantage of having something a little smaller and easier to clean up and so forth. So, and this cooker appealed to me because of the portability aspect. This blade cuts both ways. I probably could have run down to Home Depot and picked up a Weber kettle that would have worked just fine, but it would have been inconvenient to get in and out of the shed. And on the other hand, if a bare topple would have even wrecked it, you're not out that much. This thing, I've got to protect. It's got to go into keep a bear from messing it up. I'm going to have to pull the head off and put it in the shed when it's not in use, which you can do. So that kind of influenced the purchase of this one as well. By the way, if you've seen any of my videos, you know what resides under the tarp over here. And if you haven't seen any of my videos, I strongly suggest you avoid them at all costs. They're absolutely terrible. But back to the charcoal grill here. So I went with the black on this. They have two color options available. The black, or the graphite as they phrase it, and then just the raw aluminum, which I don't believe is anodized. And this isn't either. It looks like it's probably just a sprayed on finish. So a bronze or a copper would have been a nice option. Maybe even green. I've gotten used to that. But let's go over some of the features of this grill real quick. I'll try to make this fast. I realize I tend to become a little garrulous when I'm doing these things. So one thing that needs to be recognized is the elephant in the room right off the bat. This thing is expensive. I can't justify or rationalize spending this much money on a grill. I just wanted one. So, and fortunately, my wife gives me a little bit of latitude on that sort of thing. So, but I'm going to start from the ground up here. Again, most of this you'll have seen elsewhere anyway. So you got some wheels here. They're on the smaller side. If you're rolling them over a rough surface, it's going to be a little bit tough. You got some adjustable feet over here. This is the control tower base, and the control tower, that's trademarked. Yeah, don't ask me how. And the cooker itself is called the capsule. So the only thing I can really see that the control tower does is prevent an uncontrolled descent of the cooker to the ground. Apart from that, I haven't the slightest idea. So it bears only the vaguest semblance to a tower. You would see it in an airport with the glass cab on top and some guys inside with a biscuit gun and radios for talking to airplanes. So, but there you have it. The owner's manual for this is kind of peppered with some whimsy, and I can't help but wonder if maybe it's just kind of a joke. But you've got your dampers here, and something I did not notice in any videos, they didn't show them close up, but these do have kind of a raised index on here, so you have both some visual and tactile information as to where your dampers are set. You've got your knob here to tighten your capsule to your control tower and loosen that up, and then you can pull the whole assembly off and take it elsewhere. On the back side, you've got these hooks over here. They serve apparently as both stabilizing feet if you do remove the capsule from the control tower and use it on a tailgate or whatever. And then you can also hang the bail of a bucket over the top of that, so you have something to sweep your ashes into. And up under here, you've got three knobs for securing the shelf. And that shelf has been removed just for demonstration purposes, but everything's identical as far as that goes on both sides. In fact, the only thing that's asymmetric on this is the temperature, or the thermometer rather, on the one side. So the shelves on this are something, again, their term they call durabilium. It's some high temperature plastic. I think it's heat resistant up to 500 degrees. I don't know where I got that, but I seem to recall having seen that somewhere. So an option is some teak shelves. They definitely add some swank to it, but also they add to the expense of the cooker. This is already a very expensive cooker, and it just didn't make any sense to me. As nice as they look, they're apt to get beat up in weather and everything else. So I just went with the plastic ones. If they'd had a stainless steel option, I might have sprung for that. So getting inside the cooker, I've taken the charcoal and the cooking grates out just for clarity. So again, this is their terminology. This is the ash hole. Yes, ash hole. Sounds very similar and kind of a pseudo homophone to another term. And that other term and this one both have in common that they allow waste to pass. This is the ash hole plug, and I will draw no further comparisons. You've got these deals here. They're the ash roofs, and they just prevent ash and other materials from getting down into your dampers here. So everything in this, as you would expect for a cooker this expensive, is fairly high quality, heavy cast, you know all about that, blah, 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 etc., so on and so forth. So you've got handles here on the side. You've got another one underneath this shelf here, so for lifting this thing off. So the lid also lifts right out, so makes cleanup easy. You can lighten it up for portability, etc., so on and so forth. And what am I forgetting here? I think that's about it. You get your vents up top here, of course. Everything can be set up so that you can do some indirect cooking. So you've got a damper open on one side, a vent on the other side, and the opposite one's closed. Or you can do direct grilling. I didn't get too many options with this pit. This is the cooking grate, and that's the coal grate. They did have, and I don't know if this was unique or if I just timed it right, but they had free shipping, and in this particular cooker was $75 off. Additionally, they included, well, I shouldn't say included, but they offered at a discount the charcoal basket here if you ordered it with the pit, and also the grill grates if you ordered it with the pit. Also available at a discount if you ordered it with the pit was a cover. And I understand that the cover is something you might want if you're storing this outside. The vents here apparently will admit water, and it'll collect in the bottom of the cooker if you don't have a cover on it. So since I'm going to store this indoors, I didn't need the cover, so I didn't buy it. And the only other thing I got was the brush for cleaning the grates here. So I've never used those before, so hopefully I'll have a chance to tinker with those at some point. I ordered online. I never spoke to anybody or anything, so it was easy online ordering experience. I got grudging permission to purchase this thing on Monday, and it arrived yesterday on Friday. So it's I had it in time for the weekend. Setup on this thing went pretty quickly, probably a half an hour or less. It certainly would have been less if we weren't looking over our shoulder for a bear the whole time. So the only thing that was a little difficult was the control tower going into the control tower base. It was an extremely tight fit, and that was with everything on the bottom completely loosened up. So it wasn't nothing under there was tight at all. So, but it's just, I don't know if it's too much finish on this or if it was a machining issue or whatever. But it's definitely difficult to get that in there, and I don't think it's ever coming out again. So, yeah. What am I forgetting? I think that's about it. So I'm going to do a couple of cooks on this weekend. I've got some porterhouse steaks that probably do those tonight, and our weekend staple green chili cheeseburgers are going to get done on this as well. The cheeseburgers are just going to be a direct grilling type thing, and the porterhouse steaks are going to be a smoking at 225 degrees and then a reverse sear type deal. So I might film some of that. If it makes me look good, you might see that. If it doesn't make me look good, you're not going to see any of it at all. So obviously I'm not going to do a review on this because I haven't used it. So after I've had a few months of experience with it, I might put something together. So I got this thing fired up a couple hours ago. I've been just kind of fiddling around with it. The T-bones just went on, the porterhouses. Right at about 2 1/4 right now, and for the most part been able to maintain that temperature. Got a little piece of hickory on there. That's going to be nice. Been cooking almost exclusively with oak. And I got another chimney of charcoal firing up. So when I'm ready to do the reverse sear, I'm going to pull everything off the top, pull the water pan out, put another chimney of charcoal in there, so we have a nice hot grill. See how it works out. Well, maybe he'll finally wander off.
That will be good.
All right. So we got him up to about 118 internal temperature, and got the water pan removed, some fresh hot coals in there. Got some fond left over from brisket. I always wrap mine in foil. So I'll save the fond and the fat from that. And this is actually the fat with a little bit of fond. And is that good? So we're just looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 degrees.